Hello everyone, today I am going to present to you one of the greatest composers during the 19th century, Gustav Mahler. Mahler was born in an Australian Jewish family on July 7, 1860, in the country that is now known as the Czech Republic. Mahler begins to play the piano at the age of 4. When he was 15, he attended the Vienna Conservatory where he started to compose his first pieces. After graduation, Mahler decided to go for a career on the musical field. Mahler started his career as the musical director of Vienna Court Opera, to eventually ending conducting the New York City's Metropolitan Opera in 1908. Gustav Mahler was a late Romantic composer, although that composing music was just a part-time activity. While being a conductor was the main form of life for Mahler, he composed 10 symphonies and several song cycles. The first symphony is titled Titan, and it is a representation of the battle of a hero between life and death. This musical piece is divided into 4 different movements. Let's begin to listen to this magnificent piece by Mahler. Mahler's symphonies mostly begin with a slow introduction to be developed with high and low notes throughout the 4 movements. Pay attention to the 2-note theme making an imitation of a cuckoo noise. This is an essential element during this symphony. During the Romantic period, musical compositions for big orchestras were expected due to new advances on the instruments, for example, the invention of the valve. Compositions were mainly free-form and design, although that was preferred that it's some song-like composition, in other words, to be lyrical or follow a story. Titan is a song composition that meets these requirements by following a story that tells the struggles and communicates the hero's ideas during a fight for his life. Creating a polyphony texture, meaning that different parts of the orchestra will play a variety of themes or counterpointed melodies giving accompaniment to each other, creating an atmosphere for the story. A symphony is characterized by showing the ability of each instrument to play alone or with accompaniment. Mahler, without doubt, used the power of the symphony to create and transmit to the audience different emotions. The second movement is generally a cheerful melody mixed with sad emotions to create hope for the hero's triumph on this eternal battle. Following the sonata allegro form from the first movement, the second movement it is developed as a minuet and trio. Note that the 2-note cuckoo is still present on the melody background. Here is a short part of the music included during the second movement. mark of the end on the second movement creates a faster melody with increasing notes, leading to the third movement. The third movement on the Titan Symphony receives the nickname of Funeral March Movement because it's full of dark emotions mainly created by the cello, then repeated by the bass group and clarinets group. Mahler switches back to the cheerful melody from movement 2 for a couple of seconds to quickly return to the reality of the hero's tragedy. This movement gives the sensation of the hero's last thoughts. The idea of giving up to death is represented by the low and tragic notes. The final movement is presented with a fast tempo based on F notes, trying to create the scenario where the hero has not lost yet and is desperate to get out of the inferno. After the torment comes a little of peace played by the violins. Mahler was a talented composer and master to create emotions through music. The last parts of the fourth movement can make the audience feel a desperation and intrigue that something is trying to trap you back. Once again, Mahler introduces themes from movement 1, including the two notes cuckoo sound. With the help of a fortissimo, Mahler creates a triumphant melody in representation of the hero's victory against the death and getting out of the inferno. The themes from the first movement with some variations and this triumphant choral mark the end of this incredible symphony. Mahler felt like an outsider during his youth on the land he grew up, reason why the music was his escape to represent the emotions he was feeling. His work wasn't popular when he was alive. He finally was recognized only a decade after his death from a heart disease in 1911. Mahler's work was also an influence on other composers such as Benjamin Britten. This is the end of this video. I hope you enjoy it and I invite you to explore other compositions from Gustav Mahler.